Did Washington just make the right call for America? E. Jean Carroll calls for Trump to pay $5.08 M after Supreme Court appeal fails. Writer E. Jean Carroll asked a federal court on Tuesday to release over $5 million to her per day after the Supreme Court refused President Trump's request to overturn a jury verdict that found he abused her in the mid-1990s and defamed her. Carroll's attorneys filed papers in Manhattan federal court, which said the president, "Here's everything we know so far." Political analysts say this development could have major consequences heading into the next election cycle. Stay with us for the full story and more breaking news throughout the day. This story was reported by The Hill. For daily U.S. political news, subscribe to Global News Digest. This White House decision is affecting your daily life right now. U.S. Supreme Court has dealt heavy defeats to Trump. While expanding his power, the birthright ruling brings to an end a Supreme Court term that has delivered the president some key victories. Let's break this down quickly. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle are responding as the situation continues to develop in Washington. We will continue to monitor this story and bring you updates as they become available. This story was reported by BBC US and Canada. Stay informed on what Washington is doing. Follow us for updates.
Every iPhone and Android user needs to know about this. Scientists find no link between Tylenol and autism. Again, after Trump's claims, Tylenol usage dropped during pregnancies. Here are the key details. Users and developers worldwide are already reacting to what this means for the future of technology. This is one of the top stories we are watching closely today across the United States. This story was reported by Ars Technica. More technology headlines every day. Subscribe so you don't miss them.
Here is what the political news actually means for your family. Trump took in about $1.2 billion from crypto businesses last year. Financial disclosure shows President Donald Trump took in nearly $1.2 billion from his crypto businesses last year. A federal filing released Tuesday shows, locking in profits while his investors were socked with losses. This is why it matters. Political analysts say this development could have major consequences heading into the next election cycle. Our team is tracking every development as this story continues to unfold in real time. This story was reported by PBS NewsHour. For daily U.S. political news, subscribe to Global News Digest.
Every basketball fan needs to know about this right now. Kawhi Leonard's strange, failed era with Clippers ends with Raptors trade as NBA investigation still looms a look back at Leonard's bumpy and injury-filled 7-year stint in Los Angeles. Here's what's actually happening. NBA insiders say this changes the entire landscape of the league and the playoff picture. Follow along as we cover the key details, the background, and what happens next. This story was reported by CBS Sports NBA. Follow us for daily basketball updates all season long. Which team just became the championship favorite? Kawhi Leonard trade grades. Clippers get A+ for franchise-altering pivot as Raptors take major risk. Los Angeles turned one of the bleakest outlooks in the NBA into a near-blank canvas with this trade. The key facts you need to know. Players, coaches, and front offices across the league are watching this situation closely. This is a developing story, and we expect more information to emerge in the coming hours. This story was reported by CBS Sports NBA. More NBA stories every day. Subscribe so you don't miss a play.
This NFL story broke minutes ago, and fans are going wild. Brendan Sorsby will not pursue path to NFL in 2026. QB to prepare for 2027 draft. Sorsby won't be pursuing litigation against the NFL in an attempt to play in 2026, and he'll be eligible for the 2027 draft. Here's everything we know so far. Football fans across America are reacting strongly, and sports commentators are calling this one of the biggest stories of the season. Stay with us for the full story and more breaking news throughout the day. This story was reported by CBS Sports NFL. For daily NFL news and updates, subscribe to Global News Digest.
Here is what Wall Street does not want you to know. 1 in 5 U.S. companies is now using AI, but the impact on the job market remains narrow. Say Goldman analysts artificial intelligence usage by American firms increased to 20.6% in June, and drags caused by the technology in certain sectors have been offset by growth in the construction sector. Let's break this down quickly. This story is moving markets and has significant implications for the U.S. economy and consumer spending. We will continue to monitor this story and bring you updates as they become available. This story was reported by MarketWatch. Stay on top of your money. Follow Global News Digest for daily finance updates.
This is why your grocery bill is about to change. Trump accounts for kids launch July 4. What parents need to know: here's a breakdown of how Trump accounts work, who qualifies for free money, and when the funds can be withdrawn. Here are the key details. Investors and traders on Wall Street are reacting quickly as this situation continues to unfold. This is one of the top stories we are watching closely today across the United States. This story was reported by CNBC Top News. Don't miss tomorrow's financial headlines. Subscribe now. Every American with a bank account needs to hear this. Oil prices wobble as uncertainty persists over U.S.-Iran talks in Qatar. Oil prices were lower on Wednesday after Iran said it would not meet with U.S. delegates for talks in Qatar, amplifying concern about the peace process. This is why it matters. Financial analysts are closely watching how this develops and what it means for markets and everyday investors. Our team is tracking every development as this story continues to unfold in real time. This story was reported by CNBC Top News. For daily market and financial news, subscribe to Global News Digest.